guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a bins haul, and this is going to be a first for me. So I actually did this sourcing today. So I'm just running a little bit behind and I needed to get this filmed today. I've got a couple stacked days and I want to get this out for Monday. So I haven't even had time to check these into inventory. I haven't done any research on any of these things. So we are going to be like discovering this haul together. It was a pretty dang good day. Vibes were high in the bins. But if this is the first time we're meeting, if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I'm Julia. That's my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, I think I've got 42 pieces, so lots to get through. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte, and this is round 2, so we are truly tempting fate right now. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. It was a 2-bag day, guys. 2-bag day. So the first thing I picked up here is this cute dress from Moth. This is an Anthropologie brand. I think it's an older Anthropologie brand, but the design of this is super cute. So this is linen. This is like a linen knit, and it's 2-layer, right? And it's this faux wrap style dress. It's about midi length. It's lined to about knee length, so it goes a little bit longer than that. This is in fabulous condition. It's this really pretty burgundy. It's got this pretty pleat detail here. This probably retailed somewhere around like $168. I'll probably see this kind of stuff, like the older Anthropologie things don't go for as much as certainly not as much as they used to, but I'll still probably see like 28 to 35 on this. I love this color, and it feels like a perfect like transitional fall dress. Look at those sleeves. It's got like the tiniest little bit of a rolled edge there. Super, super cute. And again, in perfect condition. Next up, okay, so this was a style pickup for me. I know a lot of you out there do really well with White House Black Market. And in fact, like if you do, let me know down below, what do you pick up specifically from White House Black Market? Do you do like the dresses? Do you do, more colorful pieces? Their quality is always really nice. I see a ton of it in the bins. I leave most of it behind, but this I picked up as a style pickup. This is really, really lovely. So this is a sweater. This is a little ladder stitched down the middle, so it's just the hint of a peekaboo. It's a size small, and it feels absolutely brand new. Look at that knit. So there's all different kinds of textures, stripes, it's contoured. It's, again, in absolutely perfect condition. The back has a little button closure with that ladder stitch that goes down. I'm gonna guess I'll see maybe 20 to 30 on this. Again, I don't do much White House Black Market, so we'll see, but I 100% picked this up for the style. It is really, really nice. Next up, now this is a label I like to see, but I don't think I've ever seen it in anything other than sheets. These are from Parachute. So Parachute is a super high-end, for the most part, bedding manufacturer. But these are some thermal jogger pants. I mean, these just seem like the things I want to live in. They're size medium, 100% cotton. They make these waffle robes, and the waffle is just gorgeous. These probably retail like $50 to $75. I would imagine I'll see probably 20 to 30 on these on the resale market. Again, I didn't really have time to comp anything, so I'm really making blind guesses right now, but Parachute is very, very high end, and their stuff is really nice quality and does command a very high price. Like, to put it into perspective, one thing I do know the price of is linen pillowcases. In fact, we're sitting on my guest bed right now, and all of the pillows are in Parachute linen pillowcases that I actually got at the bins. And they go for, I think it's $80 a pair. So to just give you an idea of the pricing of Parachute. So again, probably a pretty expensive thing. And I tore the bins apart looking to see if there was like a top half to this, like if this was a pajama set, but no dice. Next up here, this is just a pair of REI trekking pants. These are really like nice and lightweight trekking pants. So these are from REI, which is a great reputable brand. Not the most expensive. This is by no means an Arc'teryx, but they still probably retailed for like $70, $80, and I'll still probably see $20 to $30 on these. They're a size 8, so a good like in the middle size. They have articulated knees, and they're not like super stiff. You know how some like trekking trousers have that like really like, it feels like a backpack kind of fabric. This feels really, really soft, so it's not going to be super uncomfortable on the body for a full day of hiking. So these kind of things, especially now in the fall as people are starting to take fall hikes, these kind of things start selling even faster. So not for everybody, but this is something that I do quite a bit of. Oh, a little internal drawstring so you can cinch in the ankles. That's kind of cool. So these can turn into joggers. Next up here, oh yes, okay. So this is from, of all places, Urban Outfitters. This is brand new with tags from Kimchi Blue. I don't pick up a ton from Urban Outfitters, but I did grab this. I mean, look at this. So you know all the core trends or whatever, and one of them is coquette. This literally could not be more coquette if it tried. It's got cute little pin tuck details, this ditzy floral, it's semi-sheer. It's got the flyaway. This is very, as the kids say, Sabrina Carpenter coated. It's got these like kind of flutter sleeves. Look at the detail on those sleeves. This is really cute. It's a size medium and it retailed for $49. I'll probably see like $20, $25 on this because it's brand new with tags. But when it comes to Urban Outfitters, I will truly only pick things up if they are exceptional from a style standpoint. And this fit the bill. Oh yes, okay. Next up here, these are so cool. So this is a pair of vintage pants and oh my God, I'm obsessed. I wish these were my size. So they are wool and they're like a flat front trouser. I'm sure you can't see much detail on this. There's not a ton of detail to start with, but you know they're vintage because they have that ILGWU tag right there, which I think was around through like the 70s, maybe the early 80s. So they say that they're a size 7, 8. I'm gonna guess that these are probably more of a size 4. I'll have to put measurements on it. But look at these pants. Look at the width of those legs. I love them so much. They're in like perfect condition, zip closure on the back. I just think that these are absolutely gorgeous and chic. And again, one of those perfect pieces. If you are somebody who's like wanting to dip their toes into vintage garments, this is the perfect kind of piece to start with because it's like, it is vintage, it is true vintage, but it's still a basic. But it's like a special basic, you know, with those ultra wide legs. Like, oh God, this is just, oh, it's so chic. I'll probably see somewhere between like 35 and 50 for these. They're special. I really love them. I absolutely love these. Otherwise, no designer tag. I feel like this was a little bit of a trend today. So again, we've talked about how I'm slowing down picking up Torrid, but something like this, I think is gonna move pretty quick. It seems to be the general consensus from all of you in my experience is that if it's kind of gothy, kind of vintage inspired, it sells pretty quick. Other than that, it's like a slow 15 bucks. I think one of you actually said exactly that, a slow 15 bucks. And that seems to be my experience as well, but this falls into that vintage inspired category. Also a little bit gothy. So it's this pretty olive green. It's got, again, that pin tucking detail. This is a very like 1920s camisole style top. It's in perfect condition. It's a size 1, so 1X. I mean, it's not the most significant of pieces, so I'll probably see like 20 to 25 on this, but this is the kind of thing that I do think will sell relatively quickly. Time will tell. I'll try to update this on one of my Ship With Me's, either here on YouTube or over on my TikTok or my Instagram. If you're not following me over there, I am trying to get better at posting more frequently. These are my accounts. I'll also have them linked down below. So follow me over there. I do try to post most of the things that sell for me. So very cute. Next up here, this is something I might end up keeping for myself. This is just a basic little t-shirt from Vince in a nice gray, like really drapey knit here. At first I thought that this was silk, and it's Vince, so I would not be surprised if it was silk, but it is not. It's like a viscose, but it's got that beautiful drape. It's chest pocket. It's in perfect condition, size large. If I do end up selling this, this will probably be like $15 to $20. And I mean, to be sure, this probably retailed at like $100. Vince is wildly expensive, but definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. This is just probably something that I wouldn't touch if you are sourcing at that $3.99 or $5.99. I don't think you're gonna find enough meat on the bone there, but if you're sourcing for $1 or if you're sourcing for yourself, all day. Ah, yes. Okay, next up here is this cute boho top from Lucky Brand. So the one thing about Lucky Brand is on these boho tops, I tend to search out extra large and up. This is a 2X, so it's just, these shirts have kind of a cult following, but mostly in plus sizes. So if you're finding like a small or a medium, it'll sell eventually. Everything will sell eventually, but it's gonna be, again, like a while. It might be like $15, but something like this will probably go like closer to $25, $30. And I have no doubt that it'll go pretty quickly, especially right now. This is very much like a fall boho top. So very cute. Let me know if you have the same experience with Lucky Brand, if it's mostly like the plus size boho tops that do well for you. I don't pick up the jeans. I don't pick up really anything else from Lucky, but those like 1X, 2X, 3X boho tops, like when and if I find them, I do pick them up. Okay, next up here. Oh yes, these were so cute. And these were something that took me a while to find the name of. So it's these adorable wide leg linen pants with these, come on, the little ball fringes at the end. They're cropped, so that'll hit right about ankle. It's from, and I finally found it, Etitwa from Anthropologie. It took me, like, I mean, can you read that? Because it was hard to read. But they're size extra small, which is kind of a bummer. They'll take a little bit longer to sell, but fully lined, super cute. Just like, again, an elevated basic with a little bit of like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you know? I'll probably see on the resale market like 35 on these. Definitely something that might not sell until like next summer, but I mean, I couldn't leave these behind, right? Right? Like I could not leave these behind. Oh, so cute. But I'll tell you, it did take me a while to figure out what that tag said. I don't know if that's just me getting older and my eyes getting worse, but who knows? 2 more pieces in this bag. Oh yes. Okay, so this is an Ellie Tahari dress. Now we've talked about Ellie Tahari before, but if you are new here, Tahari, which most of us have probably seen, is like a department store brand, and that is the diffusion brand of Ellie Tahari. Ellie Tahari is the designer, and he designs these just kind of like elevated, classic pieces. So the thing that I like about this, well, first of all, that it's Ellie Tahari. So I like anything that Ellie Tahari makes. It's a size 8. It's got a good stretch to it. It's just about knee length. The back is for the most part this heavy duty jersey. But the thing I really like about this, and it is all about the details with these pieces, is if you look closely, like these are exposed seams, right? So like this is the black seam. It's like a little bit of an edge to an otherwise pretty conservative dress. It's in perfect condition. V-neck, it's got that faux wrap look to it, so it's gonna be very slimming on the body. It's just gorgeous. Like Ellie Tahari dresses make you look beautiful, and they're super classic. Like this is something that will never be out of style. Like this is something that whoever buys it will have in their closet, and they'll be able to pull it out today. They'll be able to pull it out in 20 years, and it'll still look chic and well made and pulled together. So I love pieces like that. And they retail, I wanna say Ellie Tahari dresses retail between like $400 and $600. Like they are not cheap. On the resale market, I'll probably see somewhere like 50 to 80 on that. That's about what I see for Ellie Tahari. I literally just sold one this week, I think for like 55. So beautiful, beautiful piece. Always excited to find those. They do take a little bit longer to sell just because they tend to be more occasion-based pieces, but they do sell for a great price, and they're gorgeous and well made. So, and the last piece in the first bag here is a cute little like cropped top from Zara. It's in this pretty mushroom color. It's that newer tag. A couple of people have talked about Zara and how it doesn't do well for them. Like my general rule of thumb for Zara is that I only pick up newer tag. So that's gonna be something that looks like this, right? It's got the block logo here, and it's got one of these symbols. Of course, these symbols are a bit of a code, right? So if you can imagine, Zara used to have 3 lines. They had the like Trafaluk line, which was more skewed towards juniors. They had the Zara basic line, which was kind of like their core line. And then they had Zara women. So these coincide with those essential categories, right? So the square is essentially Zara basic. The circle is essentially Zara women. And then the triangle is essentially Zara, like Trafaluk or whatever I think it's now called Trafalgar or whatever it is. But if you are shopping online for yourself, these kind of give you a clue into like how they fit. So like if it's a circle, Zara woman, the size is gonna fit a little bit more generously. If it is the square, it's gonna fit a little bit more true to size. And then if you have the triangle, it's gonna fit a little bit small. So just something to keep in mind, like if you are shopping for yourself online. Anyway, this is just a cute little top, little like faux wrap top, pretty color, very on trend right now. Something with like nice wide sleeves. It's almost like a plissé look. Anyway, something like this I'll probably get about $20 for. Very cute, it's in perfect condition. If I have to guess, this was worn once and then donated. On to the big bag. Oh, first up here, that's right. This is a little dress from Sundry. Sundry is sold at Anthropologie. It's sold at higher end boutiques. This is one of those, it's kind of like a scrunch skirt. So it's a bodycon skirt with like a blouson top to it. Sundry is super expensive. I've seen this at a couple like higher end boutiques here around the LA area. So it's just definitely one of those brands that people like know and look out for. Their jersey is really nice, really, really soft. It's like a slub cotton. This probably retailed for like $150 to $170. Sundry is so expensive. But on the resale market, I'll probably see like 30 to 35. I want to say that this is a size small and definitely something I'm going to have to photograph on the mannequin. So speaking of interesting basics, this is something from Velvet by Graham & Spencer. And Velvet's one of those brands that like, you forget how expensive it is. I like something like this. This is like a faux wrap. Actually, I'll show it to you upside down. It'll make a little bit more sense upside down because it's very drapey. So it's like a wrap t-shirt. This is something I'm gonna have to photograph on the mannequin because otherwise it's just like, it's not gonna stay up. So it's a wrap front slub knit top, nice kind of like blouson, extra long sleeves, that like ultra high-end jersey that Velvet does use. This probably retailed $150. Like, it's an expensive brand. Size medium, I'll probably see on something like this, I'll probably see like 25 to 35 on this. It's about what I see for these kind of less significant Velvet Graham & Spencer pieces, but definitely, like, let me know how you do with Velvet, because every time I go past one of their boutiques, they have a couple here in the area, and I look at the prices, I'm like, oh, I forgot that their stuff is like $300. You forget how expensive this stuff is. And this is in like perfect condition. This feels brand new condition. Oh yes, we got a little vintage piece today. Let me get that zipper up. I can usually tell a vintage piece by the zipper, by how smooth that zipper is. So this is like a raw silk bodice with a high neck, little tiny keyhole right here. I think that this is handmade or custom made. So it's this beautiful raw silk bodice in this beautiful like dusty purple color. And then the skirt, which is just like a little kind of, you know, flared out skirt with this gorgeous gold lace on top of it. Isn't that adorable? Something that'll like, again, I'll photograph this on the mannequin because to just give it some shape, because it is, this bodice is stunning the way that it's fit. And then if you look at the ties on the back, so the front of the tie where it goes around is that raw silk, but on the back you have that flash of that gold. I'm gonna say that this is probably, I don't think that this is 50s, this isn't a metal zipper, but I do think this might be like 70s or a costume piece potentially made for like a period piece on TV. You see a lot of that stuff out here. But either way, it is just beautiful. Something like this, and I'm gonna guess, this is small, this is probably like a size 2 or a size 4. I'll probably see like $40 or $50 on this, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research into it, like look at the construction, see if I can date it a little bit more accurately, but otherwise just so pretty. Certainly nobody will be wearing the same thing as you. And this color combo is so unusual, but it looks very luxe in person. Oh yes, another little Zara piece here. This is a linen blend, just kind of boxy menswear inspired shirt, but it's got these cute details. It's got that little like overlock stitch detail on the sleeves. It's got a crochet style lace look pocket on it. These kind of things, you can use that eclectic grandpa aesthetic. You can use all those keywords for it. These kind of things sell really well for me from Zara. But again, as we spoke, here's another one of the new Zara tags. Again, that Zara basic there with the square. This is a size medium, great condition, probably 25 to 30 bucks on this, like all day. It's a nice like heavier weight linen blend too. Oh yes, okay, this is a little Athleta top. It's an extra large in Athleta. I like finding these kind of tops from them, especially in like extra large and up sizing. So just like a little cap sleeve, drapey top in this pretty like lavender color. These probably retailed like $48, $58, super expensive. I'll probably see $15 to $20 on this. But between the color and the size, I have no doubt that this will move pretty quickly, and it's in fantastic condition. I know a lot of you don't do well with Athleta. Let me know how you do with Athleta. Let me know how you do with, let me know, in fact, like let me know the athletic wear brands that you are still picking up consistently and getting consistently quick sales on them. Interested to hear what everybody's experience has been. You know, like even Lululemon, which is, you know, the queen of them all, is highly saturated right now. So what is working for you? Let us all know down below. Next up here, now this is an elevated basic. This is from Bella Doll, which is a brand that used to do quite a bit better for me. It's very expensive. This is the label if you are unfamiliar with it. This is just a little white button-down shirt. It's a size medium. It's got kind of bracelet length cuffs with these kind of oversized cuffs that you can roll up. This is in perfect condition, probably retailed around $150. These kind of basics pieces from Bella Doll have been selling between like 25 and 40 for me. Back in the day, they used to net like $50, $60 without batting an eye, for me at least. They have slowed down quite a bit, but it is a great brand and their stuff is really nice quality. Definitely, like, I've definitely slowed down on picking it up, and I'm only picking up like really good kind of classic timeless pieces. So let me know if you are familiar with Bella Doll. Let me know if you've been having the same experience. But a great like white button-down shirt from a great brand is always going to sell quite well. Oh, this was such a cool find. Okay, so this is a sweater, but it's got the Warner Brothers logo on it. And I wouldn't have thought anything on it. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe this is a souvenir from the studio. Well, I look closely, that's Warner Brother Records, first and foremost, which is interesting. There is a little stain on here, but I'm sure I can get that out. And then I look at the tag, and the tag is clearly old. I'm gonna guess that this is probably 70s or 80s, maybe a little bit older. I have got to dig into this because this is so unusual. I mean, I'm such a fan of anything like weird and quirky and vintage, and this really falls into that category. It's so, like, I'm gonna guess that this is a men's sweater because back in the day, they were not making sweaters like this for women. So was this like an internal promotional piece that they would give to like execs to wear to events? I have got to go down the wormhole on this, but how? Isn't that cool? Like, that's intarsia knitted. And this is kind of like double knit. This is polyester of some sort. Yeah, there's a material tag. It's long since blank. But if you guys know anything about this, let me know. Like, I'm really interested if anybody's found something like this. But I mean, this kind of stuff is like the history of the music industry. And if you don't know this about me, I used to work in the music industry. So it is something that I feel pretty strongly about. And finding something like this, I just think is really, really cool. So I want to find out, like, I'm not even going to list this until I do a little bit more digging. Maybe I'll reach out to the company, see if they know anything about it, but how cool is that? This is the kind of stuff that keeps me going. Yes, don't get me wrong. I love finding those Bolo brands, but like, now I have a mystery to solve. Next up, oh, a little piece from Boden. Boden's one of those brands that I do not find a ton at the bins, at the thrift. And I think it's because people just like get their pieces and they hold on to them forever. They're really well made. They always use really nice quality textiles. It's a pretty like lemon yellow linen top. This is in like brand new condition. It's a size 6P. So the petite sizing might slow it a little bit. At least it's not like a size 2P. But Boden is one of those brands that I love to like shop from. Their prices, you know, they're expensive, but their prices are, you know, pretty commensurate with the quality of their pieces. And they're colorful and kind of joyful, and I love finding them, and anything I've ever found has sold like within a couple days. So always excited to find a Boden piece, especially in this condition. Like, this feels like it's maybe been worn and washed once or twice. What a fun find. I love this cheerful yellow color too. Next up, oh my God, this was such a fun thing that I learned a secret about as I was checking out. So this is from Saturday Sunday, which is an Anthropology brand, and it's a linen sweater. And I thought at first it was like a linen sweater dress, maybe like a swim cover up, and it's a romper. It's a size large. It's in pretty great condition. I can see somebody throwing this on for like a lazy Sunday and calling it a day. I'm not sure what I'll get for this. Rompers are kind of a limited market, but you know, maybe 25 to 32 on this. So cute. Okay, next up. Oh, this was something that I picked up and I'm like, this tag looks familiar. What I'm holding is silk. Pretty sure that this is something quite nice. So this is like a little tube top jumpsuit. The cute little like peacock feather detail here in the front. Long, wide leg pants. Again, 100% silk. And the designer is ZG by Karina Grimaldi. So I look it up. This is a designer that's sold on Revolve. Pretty dang expensive. This would have retailed like $350. And I see resale comps kind of all over the place. I see some people asking like 150. I see some that have sold for about 150. I see some that have sold for 17. So we will find out. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to photograph this on the mannequin so you can actually see what it looks like, but it is lovely. And again, 100% silk, wide leg. This is something that you could like dress up and wear to like a wedding. Super, super cute. So an exciting find, and definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. Let me know if you have ever found a piece from this designer. I'm interested. It was kind of familiar, but not super familiar to me. So I'm interested to see how many of you have found something from them. And like, did it sell? How much did you get for it? let me know. Oh, this was an interesting thing that I found. So this is a pair of men's shorts, and I don't pick up a ton of men's stuff, but these felt really, really nice, and the brand on them is Mizzen and Main. So it felt really nice. The fabric felt really nice. It's a size 38, and these retail for like $150. So, and on the resale market, I'm seeing them anywhere between like $30 and $70. So I figured I'd give it a try. Let me know, is this a brand that you do? Is this a brand that you seek out? Is it a brand that you see a lot? You know, I'm talking to all of you that are in kind of oceanside communities. Let me know how you do on this brand. I'm interested to hear. These feel brand spanking new. So I was gonna give them a try regardless, but really nice though. Like really nice tech shorts, assuming they're quick dry and all those things. Next up here, this is a Haute Hippie dress, 100% silk here. It's got a pretty like cowl front, camel colored, long sleeve, short dress. Oh, it's got a little like belt tie to cinch it in. I will say that I have been seeing Haute Hippie at TJ Maxx. They're still pretty high priced at TJ Maxx, but I'm interested to hear, because for a while, Haute Hippie, I mean, this was probably, I don't know, $300 to $400 new back when it was first sold. And I mean, it's something that I used to get like $80 to $90 for something like this. It has slowed down quite a bit. Again, I'm sourcing for relatively inexpensive, so even if I get like $30 to $40 on this, I'll be happy. But let me know what your experience has been over the last year or so with Haute Hippie. Has it fallen off the cliff? Let me know. I'm interested to hear if you're all having the same experience as me. But otherwise, great condition, really pretty dress, 100% silk. I'll always say yes to that. Next up here, this is a little basic from Free People. I gotta tell you, I didn't find much Free People today. And I always laugh because there are some days when I come out and I've got like 9 pieces of Free People, and then there are days where I come out where I barely got one. This is just a little basic ribbed long sleeve t-shirt. This is the kind of thing that'll sell for, I don't know, like 20 bucks. Size small, it's in like perfect condition, seam down the back, kind of bateau neck, boat neck. It's just a really great like closet staple. When you have stuff like this, especially when you're dealing with a relatively saturated brand, you want to make sure you're using closet staple, capsule wardrobe, casual, basic, all those kind of keywords, because people do search for them. Oh, we got a little Travis Matthew polo shirt. I do love finding these. This is a size small. These kind of smalls and mediums for Travis Matthew actually sell pretty well for me here. Sketch look stripe across the chest. Great condition. These retail close to like $100. I'll probably see about 20 for this, and I have no doubt that this will sell pretty quickly. These kind of things always move quickly. They don't sell for the highest dollar amount, but they do move quickly. These polos I'm talking in particular. If you happen upon the pants, on the other hand, they'll sell for like $40 to $60 all day relatively quickly. So it's definitely a logo you want to keep your eyes out for. That's the kind of graphic logo that you're looking for. And then that is the full logo. So keep your eyes out for it. But when it comes to these polos, when it comes to like the basic polos, stuff like this, just mind your cost on it. If you're sourcing for like $5, $6, this might not be your play. Hold off until you see one of their more significant pieces, a jacket or like a long sleeve shirt or a pair of pants. Because they will come up. This is one of the more popular brands in like golf wear today. Okay, this was an interesting one. I bounced this off of my friend there. I don't even know what this is. So this is like a poncho style top. This is just so interesting. This definitely falls into that like art wear. I wouldn't doubt that this is like a hand painted textile. So it's this pretty like poncho style textile shirt. And on the back, you can see well, first of all, it's hooded. And on the back, it's got kind of like that looks like a sun over here. Like this almost looks like a representational like ocean print here. There's no tag on anything, but it is lined in silk. So I'm very intrigued with what this is. Another mystery that I need to solve. It was kind of like one of those, it's $1, so I'll roll the dice. It's weird and well made, so that fits that little like category for me. So interested to see, like, do any of you have any clue what I am holding here? Like, let me know. If not, I'll be going down the wormhole. But isn't that funky? It's just so different. I've never seen anything like this. And that's saying something, because like every day that I go to the bins, I'm probably seeing like, I don't know, 5,000 articles of clothing. So to say that I've never seen anything like something, that's saying something, because I've seen a lot. Next up, we are getting there, guys. This is a wrap dress from L Space, which is always exciting to find. This pretty like sunset orange color. It's maxi length, full true wrap. Size medium. L Space is one of those brands you definitely want to keep your eyes out for. If you ever see a swimsuit with that label on it, you're gonna want to pick it up. They retail for like $200 and they resell between like $50 and $120 depending on the style. I've never had one of their like just dresses before, but it is lovely. Like I can see this being one of those things that you bring to the beach with you and you throw it on over your swimsuit and then you can go to dinner, you know, without having to go home and get ready. Great condition. This probably, knowing their prices, retailed around $200. It's a very expensive brand. So maybe like 30 to 50 on the resale market. I'm truly taking a stab in the dark here. Again, I did not have time to research this, but I think that's probably around where I'll land. Another one of those little camisole moments here. This is from Express Design Studio, so Y2K, definitely a Y2K era piece. Express Design Studio was their higher end line, so this is 100% silk jacquard, light as a feather, beautiful. Again, has that pin tuck detail over the bust with lace applique over it. Let me get you up close on that so you can see. The color is getting washed out a bit by the lights in here, but it's like a shell pink and then the lace is a cream. This is in fabulous condition. It's a size large, and anything Y2K Express Design Studio, oh, by the way, lace on the bottom as well, with high side vents. It'll go over, you know, your bum. This I will probably see like $35 on. This is a fabulous find. Again, very much, this is coquette, this is Y2K, this is silk, this is luxury. This has a lot going for it. So an exciting find, so, but keep your eyes out for that label. This is what it looks like. This is, again, probably early 2000s, but the design studio was their higher end stuff. So keep your eyes out for it. Here's a wild one. This is a basic black cashmere sweater. I like turned around after a table change and this was just sitting right on top of the bin. It's 100% cashmere. It's from Free People. So this, I did get 2 pieces from Free People. Anyway, it's a size small, 100% cashmere, V-neck, long sleeve, very much a basic, but 100% cashmere from Free People. I feel like I've never seen anything like this from them before. It's in pretty great condition and a great basic in a very elevated fiber. So I'm excited about that. It's also like a mid-weight cashmere. This isn't a lightweight cashmere. Yeah, just sitting right on top of the bin. Hello. It's funny, I feel like a lot of people in my bins location don't look that much at basics like that. I do. That's kind of my wheelhouse. While we're on the topic of cashmere sweaters, here's a beautiful shawl front cable knit cardigan, 100% cashmere from Ted Baker. Talk about an exciting find. This one's got a little bit of wear under the arms. I can take care of that easily. It's otherwise in fantastic condition. So it's got that kind of cascade front collar and that pretty cream and this really interesting cable knit. It's not like a full cable knit. It's getting warm in this room and I'm getting hot even holding this. It's a size 0, so it is quite small, but again, Ted Baker will sell. This probably retailed for like $300, if not closer to $4 or $5. I'll probably see somewhere 50 to 75 on this. Ted Baker, again, is one of those brands that people really seek out. I'm gonna have to photograph this again on the mannequin just because it's got that drape front and it would really benefit from having like a body underneath of it. But like, it's a whole lot of cashmere. You know, like this is a long drape front. Just the length of it, I'm pretty sure that the front of this will hit knee. So what a find. What if I'm always amazed when I find like cream color cashmere in the bins and it's in good shape. Next up, okay, so this is an interesting brand. I've only just dipped my toe in it, and this is Boston Proper. So a lot of you have said that Boston Proper used to sell really well for you. I only picked up my first piece a little bit ago and it sold in like 2 days. So it seems to be selling well, but look at this beautiful beaded shirt. Is this stunning? Like, let me get you up close on that. It's this beautiful like gunmetal gray, kind of like look closely at that. That's not, these are bugle beads, but they're not like in a row. They're diagonally stacked, so they sparkle like glitter in this beautiful like geometric print. Look at the sleeves. How special is this? Like, isn't this stunning? It's a size small. I just think that this is so stunning. I have no idea how much this will go for. I have no idea how much something like this would have retailed for. Again, I'm really just dipping my toes into Boston Proper, but it's in perfect condition. It's just stunning. I'm gonna guess maybe $40 to $50 on this. What a special piece. I love this like lattice work down at the bottom. I mean, isn't that incredible? Okay, so this was an interesting one. And again, we're falling into that like weird and well-made category. So this I picked up. This is a linen sweater. So I knew exactly what I was holding on to. And then all these, like, if you look closely, there is like an abstract kind of polka dot, like gradient polka dot design on here. This is all hand painted. Like I can tell that this is hand painted on top of this knit. There was like no tag here. So it's kind of cropped. It's like a wide silhouette. It's cropped. It says it's a size 2, which I'm going to assume means that it's a size medium. The only brand I can find on here, it says like www.papertemples.com. When I looked that up, it looks like it's kind of like a handmade artwear sweater designer. I think it's out of Denver, Colorado. Their sweaters retail for like $350. Again, this just falls into that like, it's so special. It's obviously handmade. This is obviously something that was like made with a lot of care. So I'm going to pick it up. I mean, even if it's something that like people don't know the name of, like this is true like wearable art. So somebody will see how special this is. I wouldn't be surprised, like despite the fact that I don't really have a brand on this per se, like a known brand on this, I wouldn't doubt that this will sell pretty quickly just because of what it is. Let me know, is this something that you would have picked up if you saw it in the bins? I mean, it's a linen sweater and I paid $1 for it. So I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but if you were out sourcing and you saw this at $7.99, would you have picked it up? Let me know. I'm really interested. I'm just getting a bead on everybody else's kind of like tolerance for weird and funky pieces. Next up here, a great basic. This is from AYR, which I love to find. I really love to find like the shirts. I am a big fan of the shirts. I have now, I think 4 of them because they fit me just right. They're like basic Oxford shirts. I absolutely adore them. AYR stands for all year round. This is a size 8 and they're just some straight leg pants with like a slit down at the bottom, like a tall slit down at the bottom. So this can fit over any kind of shoes. AYR in general sells really well for me. I've never had a pair of the pants. So we will see. These probably retailed like $100 to $150. So maybe 25 to 35 on these. If you've ever picked up AYR pants, let me know how you did. I'm interested to see. Again, I've only really dealt in the shirts, both in buying and in reselling, so interested to see how this goes. They are as well made as to be expected from this brand. Like everything I've ever had from them is just gorgeously made. Oh, this is something I picked up for myself, so not for sale. I don't really know that. I think this is just a re-release t-shirt. It's Tears for Fears, Mad World. I absolutely love Tears for Fears, one of my favorite bands of all time, and I just thought this was really fun. So not for sale. You'll see me bumming around the house in this. It just makes me happy. I mean, if this was like a real concert t-shirt, I still don't think I would have sold it. It would have been worth a heck of a lot more than I think this is, but I probably still wouldn't have sold it because I really love the band. So I think we're down to 4 pieces. So this was kind of funky when I picked it up. First of all, I felt it. I'm like, ooh, silk, of course, silk. And the first thing I said when I saw this was like, is this a cape? And it's from Chandlu. I recently just found another Chandlu piece, but this is more in line with the Chandlu pieces that I remember seeing. This is not a cape, this is a wrap skirt. I do like that my brain first went to cape. So it is 100% silk. It's got these beautiful sequin flowers all along the hemline here. It's in fantastic condition. It doesn't appear to have a size, which makes sense because it is a wrap skirt, but it is beautiful. So it's got a little bit of like length variegation, so it's ever so slightly high-low, but isn't that lovely? I mean, this is probably from the Y2K era. It's in fabulous condition. It's kind of a timeless, interesting skirt, right? Like this is something that's never really going to be out of style. It's silk, it's maxi length, it's wrapped, so it's flattering. It's going to accommodate all fluctuations in your weight and your body shape. Beautiful little sequin detail here. Probably retail $300–400. Chandlu was no joke expensive, but I have no idea what I'll see on this. Maybe 50–60 bucks. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Oh, it's definite high-low. Now I'm seeing this from the back. It is a definite high-low silhouette there. And something that I can use that art to wear, like it still falls into that category. Like this is a very artsy piece. Very unusual, very unique, very like nobody else in the room is gonna have this. So this snuck in. I must not have gotten rid of this while I was there. So I grabbed this little dress. It's just a cute little like sheared size cotton midi dress. And I looked on the collar, and this is one of those things that like I saw and I grabbed and I was like, oh, I'll comp this later. And it was all the way at the bottom of the basket. But this is what I saw. And I saw that, you know, at first glance, that looks like Jean Paul Gaultier. And obviously, if you see anything from Jean Paul Gaultier, you're gonna get it. I don't care how much it costs, you're gonna get it. Even like a t-shirt will get you $100. Upon closer inspection, something different about that name there. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and donate that right back. I don't know how that snuck in there, but here we are. So 41 sellable pieces. Again, do as I say, not as I do. Comp your pieces before you leave, please and thank you. Luckily, even at a pay by the weight place, that would have weighed way less than $1, but still, I don't like doing that. Next up, oh, these were fun. This is a pair of vintage Y2K like velour pants. This is from Tilt. If you are about my age, you certainly remember Tilt. I feel like if you are about my age, you absolutely know this brand. This is a junior sizing, this is junior size 9, although it does, I guess this is meant to sit on the hips, so it's probably, you know, a little bit of a wider cut because of the rise to it. Yeah, that's definitely low rise. So it's got a little lace up front. It's red velour. This is the kind of stuff that like young people today are looking for. It's in great condition, that low rise, that lace up front. I mean, I'll probably see like $35 on this, but it's just the kind of thing that like makes me smile, because this was very much right in my wheelhouse in terms of like, as I was coming into fashion, this was the kind of stuff that I was wearing. Man, these low-rise pants were very unforgiving, and I cannot believe that they're coming back. I'll stick with my high-rise as long as I want, but so, so cool. Just 3 more to go here, guys. This was one that I was excited to see. I like never find this in the bins. This is a Natalie Martin dress in this beautiful boho. It's in fabulous condition. It's got like peasant sleeves, those kind of blouson sleeves that hit right about wrist, just above wrist. It's a size small. This feels almost like a William Morris print. That's the kind of vibe it gives me. It's got like multiple neckties there. They're all in great condition. They all still have their fringes on them. So like, it's exciting because Natalie Martin dresses are very, very delicate. The only other one that I've ever found in the bins, when I say it felt like a wisp of a thing and it felt like it was almost gonna fall apart, it sold in like 2 days for like $70. It was silk. It's a rayon, but still, I mean, one of those brands that's just super expensive. This probably retailed in that $300 range, and again, this is in fabulous condition, and it feels very much Natalie Martin style. So an exciting find and a bolo brand to keep your eyes out for sure. Let me know if you've ever found a Natalie Martin piece while you are out thrifting. I'm interested to hear your stories and your experiences with this brand. Gorgeous. 2 to go here. This is something, now this is a brand that I will pick up when I see it, as long as it's in good shape. This is from Cosabella. It's like dark heather gray jersey with this interesting lace detail here. Inset there just under the bust, and again down at the hem. This is the logo you're looking for. This is like a made in Italy high-end lingerie brand. People really seek this out. This kind of falls into the Asian provocateur price range. So both of these brands, again, check for condition because they do tend to be quite delicate, but I'll still probably see like $30 for this. It probably retailed like $100, $120. They're very expensive. You know, it's made in Italy, so 99 times out of 100, unless you're talking about like Brandy Melville, made in Italy means quality. So a fun find. Let me know if you do Cosabella. I'm interested. I know a lot of people won't touch this kind of stuff, but let me know if this is the kind of stuff you do keep your eyes out for. And finally, this is a new bolo brand to me. I found this right next to that Natalie Martin dress, and I picked it up because it felt so nice. It felt so well made. And it's this pretty like mustard yellow printed cotton dress. It's fully lined in cotton. And the designer on this is Charina Sarte. I had never found anything from them before in my life. But again, this was one of those things that was just like, this feels too nice to not be something. And when I look it up, the prices are in that $300 to $400 range. Resale prices are between like $50 and $150 depending on the piece. So guys, consider this a new bolo brand. Let me know if you have ever found anything by this designer. If you are familiar with them, let me know. I'm interested because I've never heard of them before in my life, and I am like obsessed. Just beautiful Beautiful quality piece. Very, very beautiful. I'm always excited to learn about a new bolo brand, especially when I just stumble upon it and, you know, take a chance on it. So very exciting. But that is it, guys. That is the haul for today. Thank you for taking this ride with me. Thank you for rediscovering this haul with me really for the first time. Again, I did not have time to check this into my inventory, so I usually have a little bit more time to like research these brands, learn a little bit more about them before I bring them to you. But I think I found some really cool pieces, some really interesting pieces. I cannot wait to dig in on that Warner Brother Records sweater. Like I'm just like, I'm itching to start to like dig into what that is, where it came from, how old it is. I just think it's a really interesting piece. But so I think I've got somewhere between like $1,200 and $1,300 in sales, and that'll bring my profit probably somewhere around $1,000. I think all in all, a pretty dang good day. Again, vibes were high at the bins, and I will take those kind of days any day. It was crowded, but vibes were high. And the finds were great. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I go through these hauls. I really do have so much fun sharing these treasures with you. I know your time is super precious, and I really do appreciate you choosing to spend a little bit of that with me. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting. I'm sending you all of the bolo vibes, and I will see you